Okay, episode 775. Now, let's see if this is not another one of those um rolls that are all, they all look the same, Un- no, okay, so much less copper. So this is not one of those rolls. This is someone else's roll. Very good. Again, I spoke about this ad nauseum in my previous episodes. You can search through penny rolls, and some of them people send back their copper, which of course, to a penny roll hunter, that's like insane to do something like that. All right, we're starting off with a nice shiny Lincoln Memorial. Look at this, a nice copper. I wasn't expecting this one to be copper. All right, we're on the board. Copper number one. But I mean, think about it. If you don't penny roll hunt, how important are pennies to you? Probably not important at all. And there's a good chance that a lot of the pennies that people are gonna penny roll hunt through are from the past. Meaning, first of all, you don't know when. This one's pretty shiny too. I don't like the little dot stuff. You don't know when somebody put pennies into a roll. That's number one. Somebody could have had those in a roll for years, and you wouldn't know. I gotta sneeze. Okay, that was a big one. So 98. That's a nice 98. Let's see if we got the wide AM. No. One of the wide AMs is rarer. I think it's either the 98 or the 99. It's not the 2000. So that's Lincoln Memorial. All right, we got two shiny Lincoln Memorials now. Whoa. What do you think, copper or zinc? I can't tell. I think it's copper. I'm going to go with copper on this. That's heavy annealing. Yeah. Oh, and it's a 70. Wow, look at that. That's heavy annealing or sintering. No, all copper pennies are annealed. So the darkness is the sintered. It's a sintered scent. Pretty cool looking though. All right, we got two copper pennies on the board. Let's make that three. No, this isn't copper. I don't think that's a copper. Look at that. Look at that. So this one might be a little bit. I mean, it doesn't look like it's like there's too much copper in here. I have to be honest with you. We have three already, so I feel like we're kind of lucky. And those are from the bottom. If for some reason, no, actually, I'm not even gonna say that. It's not true. Maybe in the bank wrapped, the bottom might have more. That doesn't make sense. How can it be on purpose that the bottom pennies are copper, or have a higher ratio of being copper than the top coins? That's impossible. That's impossible, man. That's impossible. Who knows that? Who knows that? That movie reference is a great reference, man. I'm afraid to show anything on because I get those copyright strikes. Aliens. He died so young. That guy, man. He was such a great actor. He died so young. Oh, no idea. I remember when he died. I was like, "How old is this guy, man?" Because watch. I'm gonna look him up. Hold on. And I was gonna say 10 years ago. He was. He died February 25th, 2017. Bill Paxton, man, this guy was a legend, bro. I mean, he was. I think he was in Aliens. He was in Predator 2, I think. Legend. Twister. Legend, bro. Legend. Oh, he was in Titanic? Who was he in Titan? Legend, bro. Oh man, I felt so bad when I saw that he passed away. It feels like it's been longer than that, man. I'm telling you, COVID and all the shenanigans the government has been playing really, really like slow time down, man. Like 2017 feels like. I mean, agree disagree with me in the comments if you want, but to me, 2015. Let's say 2000. Let's just do a decade. 2016, 10 years ago, man, it seems like if that was my childhood or something, man. And I'm in my 50s. 2016. Here goes a nice copper one. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, I gotta take a picture of this one. What? That is nice. Oh my! Look at this. I'm gonna take a picture with the light on too. Wow. This is not from one uh rub. What's the word I'm looking for? One pass, one scrape. This is not from one single scrape. This is beautiful, man. What a piece of art. Someone's gonna buy that for me. I'll tell you that right now. All right, that's 5 copper pennies. So we're ready. Well, not that we got more than I thought we were gonna get, but five is quite a bit. Let's make that 6. Oh, it's nice. This is a nice penny roll hunt. This is what you want to see. You want a little bit of variety. You want some shiny. You want your zinc cents to be shiny. Yeah, that's a nice one. Nice shield. I'll put that one to the side. You want to have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 copper pennies. This is number 6. Excuse me, 7 with this one. We're gonna count that one. That's unbelievable. 7 copper pennies, man. Yeah, that's all you want. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. So cruel. Anyway, I can't get into it. I start getting into to thinking about stuff about the past and the government and what they did to us. I start getting like depressed, man. I don't even want to talk about it, man. So messed up, man. Things people do for money. I mean, I understand what poverty can lead people to. You know, I did things because I was broke that I'm not proud of. Going back a long time, going back to when I was much younger, before I was even before I went to college to become a social worker. And so that part, that even that, I'm gonna throw that out. Oh, where's my garbage can? It's garbage day. But the government and people who are rich, greed. I mean, man. I mean, when I was I mean, I tell this story once in a while. Yeah, nice 82. And I know this is a coin hunting show, but what they call that? When I was a kid, I had food insecurity. But that's a real thing. I hate to say it's a real thing if you got shitty parents. That's the bottom line. There's no food in your house. Your parents are garbage. Put you up. They should put you up for adoption before letting you friggin' starve at home. My personal opinion, and from somebody who suffered from food insecurity as a child, that's my opinion on it. So I know about poverty. You know what I mean? Probably one of the reasons I became a social worker and things like that. Anyway, but rich people problems, like, man, one way ticket straight down, buddy. Like it reminds me of one of those cartoons when they go express straight down, all aboard. That's it, man. You know, and they know them. Anyway, man, I don't want to. I'm trying not to get into it too deep, man. But I start getting nostalgic and thinking about the past. And anyway, I was talking about Bill Paxton, and he was a tremendous, tremendous, tremendous. I'm looking at the little lines there. You see them? Either scratch lines or they could be little feet or finger lines. I don't think so. They're not that straight. Anyway, he was a tremendous, tremendous actor. Tremendous, man. That was one of his lines on Aliens. He has the most iconic comical lines, when she goes, Sigourney Weaver goes, and he's worried. No white AM. He's worried about the aliens, and Sigourney Weaver goes, "Well, if that little girl could survive down there, then so can we." No close AM, 1992. And he goes, "Well, where do you go? Then put her in charge then." Something like that. He said. Oh my god. Total. Oh, we got a wheat set? Ah, man. Just everything. It's funny, because it's such uh it's almost a parody or an irony, right? Because they're not making pennies anymore. I mean, I think they're gonna make the 2026. I don't know if they're out yet. Um but they're not making pennies they're making the 2026 the special penny for collecting, but they're not making any more pennies for circulation since 2025. So 2025, as of 2025, no more pennies. Prior to 1982, they were copper pennies. Prior to 1959, they were wheat cents. It's like, and the pennies were heavier, right? I think Indian head cents were like 4 point something grams. Like everything was better the further back you go. Even though technology was lower, things were better in the past. And oh, we got a 2023. All right. I'm holding on to the shiny 2023s. Like, oh, we gotta look for the extra V. Oh my goodness. Imagine I don't look for the extra V. Go through all that. All right, there's no extra V there. If you're older or you're into vintage cars, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm gonna show you a picture. I mean, the new cars, they're beautiful. Don't get me wrong. I get that. But if you want to, I'm gonna pause the video for a second. I was actually just gonna show one car from the past, but they are so unbelievable when I look at them now, that I'm just gonna show a few of them just to show you how. And these were probably like not that one, not that one. Look at this. These are real cars, man. They had cars that was so unbelievable. And I didn't pre-do anything here. I'm just looking at whatever came up. The technology and the innovation that they put into. I mean, even if you look at the toasters, you look at the can openers, right? The way they use stainless steel. You look at the refrigerator. Everything from like the 40s and the 50s was like so much better than what you can get today, and they were made to last. People were keeping their refrigerators for 30, 40 years. I mean, you could still buy them today. You can go on eBay now and buy toaster and buy a beautiful steel toaster from like 1940, and you still use it. And you probably use it for 100 more years. Try buying a toaster today and see how long it lasts you. You know, and that's the reason why they stopped making stuff anyway. Just so it's funny how when you go through Pennies, right? Like when I go through Pennies, I'm looking for lesser known varieties, right? That's like the main thing I'm looking for. That's copper penny number 10, man. Tremendous penny roll hunt. Um, what's his name? Rob finds treasures. He's looking for wheat cents. He does separate his copper, but he doesn't go through them individually. His wheat cents he puts to the side, and he'll go through those individually. So I look for copper. We got one wheat cent today. It's pretty shiny shield cent. Where's my shields? Yeah, I'll put it with them. And we got another 82. Look at that. That's our third 82 right there. That's like our 13th copper penny. I didn't even count the 82s towards the copper. That's like 13 copper pennies. So it's like everything, like penny roll hunting is really about the past, if you think about it, right? If you're a penny roll hunter, you want older pennies. You want you don't want, not that you don't want anything from the current, like, of course, if I have a special roll for my 2025s, right? Because I hardly ever find them. And it's the last circulated penny ever made. So yeah, so there's some nostalgia or some value with zinc cents, but they rot. Everything about things that are new are rotten. Perfect word for newer stuff. Rotten, made to rot. Right, the food. You know, going to McDonald's when I was a kid, I remember when it said 1 million people served. And that's how I remember the sign when they first opened up a McDonald's in the early 70s when my parents were together. And going, but let me tell you, I talked about food insecurity and all that. That was a little bit later when they broke up. But when they were together, that would be like going to a restaurant, right? Like it was the big, when I tell you how big of a deal it was going to McDonald's, which first of all, to me, that's not normal. That's number one, even in the 70s. But my point was that it was like, and it had the sign outside and it said how many people served, and it was 1 million. And then I remember as the years went by and I got older, it said 2 million, 3 million, 4 million, 5 million. Just crazy, man. It's just so crazy. Everything was better years ago. McDonald's now makes you morbidly obese, and gives you heart failure and heart disease. McDonald's from the 70s was not a big deal, man. Everybody was running around. I don't remember fat people in the 70s. That's number one. I kid you not. I mean, unless you were that fat person, right? Like there was this guy we knew named Mongo. Yep, just like from the electric company or from the movie or the TV show, something like that. And he was a big fat guy. His nickname or his name was Mongo. I don't remember. So there were a couple. Like if you were fat in the 70s, it was like you drew attention to yourself. Most people were not heavy in the 70s. It was a whole different. Everything was different, man. That's all I'm saying, including pennies. You know, and this is what we're looking for, right? We're looking for old copper pennies. That's like what everything's about, right? When it comes to pennies and in relationship to what they mean as coins. Anyway, I started talking about Bill Paxton. I got kind of nostalgic there. Sorry. Don't forget. Don't forget, man. And I'll see you in the next one.